What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the boxing clinic. And y'all also another video. And Keith and Errol Spence have declined VADA testing. Errol Spence being dropped out of the top 10 a couple weeks ago for declining VADA testing. That is mandated for all WBC top 10 or top 15 contenders. I guess Keith, since he's fighting for the WBC, or the Garcias might have put it on the table in negotiations for him to take the VADA test and declined it, or however, whoever wanted him to take it, he declined it as well. And a lot of people don't know Keith, declined it, but a lot of people apparently know that Errol Spence declined it. And a lot of people already have some type of hate towards Errol Spence. If you love him, like him, or hate him, you know what I mean. And a lot of people was already saying that he was on the juice, because how his body was transforming, looking stronger, how his nipples was looking apparently had something to do with the hormonal effect from steroids or PEDs or whatever it was. And, it didn't make any matters any better for him, raising the eyebrows that he declined the VADA testing that was mandated by the WBC for him to stay as a contender. Once he, declined it, he was dropped out of the top 10 altogether for the WBC. And I guess he figures, once he fights Danny or Keith Thurman, if he ever gets that WBC strap, he'd take VADA then. I think his train of thought is he doesn't have to take it now because he's not gunning for the WBC. So he has nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? Eventually once he holds that belt, we'll see when he cross that bridge. If he declines VADA testing and drops the belt, then we'll know a lot of fishy things are going on. But he did raise, a lot of eyebrows by declining VADA testing, especially with everybody already thinking, or most people thinking he's on something. And for Keith, I guess it raised a lot of eyebrows as well. They're both big welterweights, to say the least. He declined VADA testing. I'm surprised that, I don't know who, I guess the Garcias put it on the table. I don't know if the WBC did. But the champions and the contenders in the WBC have to take it. So if he beats Danny, we're going to see where he goes from here. If he drops that belt and doesn't want to take it, then we know something fishy is up for him as well. Most people think he's going to win versus Danny. So, we should find out in the next couple weeks. I never suspected that Keith or Errol Spence was on anything before this. They both was high amateurs, you know what I mean? And, they're both big, strong welterweights as well. So I don't know why they felt like they had to cut any corners if they did. But I'm still not going to believe either one of them is on anything. I can't make that assumption just yet. Similar to Anthony Joshua, people think he's on something. Can't make that assumption until they get popped. But definitely declining VADA testing raises some eyebrows. But I can understand where they're coming from as far as... I don't have a WBC belt. It doesn't matter to me right now. When I get it, I'll cross that bridge when we get there, and I feel them on both of that. But declining VADA testing is crazy. And if either one of their opponents wants to raise the eyebrow, they shouldn't went through the fight, without putting in the contract, Danny or Kel. But it's your boy CJ Goodfella. We gone.